In this example, we're going to look at using the general quadratic formula to solve the following quadratic. So x squared plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. So the first thing we need to do is work out what the values of each of the coefficients are in the general quadratic equation. So in this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, and c is also equal to 1. So the general quadratic formula says that x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the general quadratic formula only works when it's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we've got it in that form and we've worked out what a, b and c are equal to. So now it's just a matter of substituting them into the formula. So we have x is equal to minus b, which is 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 1, over 2a, where a is equal to 1. So next we just simplify this down. So we have minus 4 plus or minus the square root. 4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 1, which is 4, over 2. Again, we just simplify this down to minus 4 plus or minus the square root of 12 over 2. So if I just get a bit more room to work over here, the first thing we need to do to simplify this is to simplify the square root of 12. So the square root of 12 can be written as the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. And we know that the square root of 4 is just 2, so that leaves 2 times root 3. So our x is equal to minus 4 plus or minus the square root of 12, which we can now write as 2 root 3, over 2. And now we have x is equal to, so 2 is common to the top line, so we can factorize that out to be 2 bracket negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2, and we can see that the 2 will cancel, which leaves x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. So taking into account the plus or minus, we can write x is equal to minus 2 minus root 3, and x is equal to minus 2 plus root 3. And they are the solutions for this quadratic equation, and they also correspond to the x coordinates of the x-intercepts if this was graphed.